This is the Yamaha Tracer 9 in the GT version, and it comes with the same engine but a bit better because it was modified to meet the Euro 5 regulations and now it's a bit more powerful. We can discuss about that later. It comes with a completely new design, with a new dash, new technology, new suspension. It's a completely new bike, but one thing is still the same. It keeps the same old recipe, the good value for money. Riding the Yamaha Tracer 9 on the twisties, and this power plant is already a classic. It's the well-known Yamaha CP3 inline 3 engine. It was updated for this year. Now it meets the Euro 5 regulations. It's a bit increased in volume, but not much, and it develops 5 horsepower more and a bit more torque, and it feels absolutely good. On the other hand, there is another thing that didn't change, and I'm not happy about it because it's the throttle response. It's the same as in the previous versions. Maybe you like it, I don't. I want it to be smooth, and it's not. Now we have 4 driving modes, from level 1 to level 4, level 1 being the sportiest. I had to ride it on 2 and 3 and 4 because otherwise when riding the bike faster in the corners and having to work with the throttle, it was a bit snatchy for my taste. Okay, I'm not saying it's wrong, maybe it's just me who doesn't like it, but yeah, I want that the throttle to be smooth when opening up the gas. Oh, and the engine sounds just like before, even it's in Euro 5, so imagine if putting an Akrapovic on. I think it's available, or it's gonna be available for this model. Yeah, this is really cool. And I love that. And I also love that now it features an up and down quick shifter. It works very good, no matter the RPM range, and I like it. This is a major update. Now let's discuss about the suspension system because it's very important. This is the GT version, so we have KYB semi-active suspensions, but there's a curious thing because, come on, I want to show it to you. The preload has a manual setup, a mechanical one. It's old school on the fork and also on the rear shock. You can see the wheel over here. So if having a passenger and a full luggage system and going on holiday, you have to modify the preload, but the damping is electronic, and that's because we have the GT version and we have an IMU unit that is sending the infos to the suspension unit that is adapting the damping depending on the way you're riding the bike. So the suspension makes sure that your wheel is in touch with the asphalt for the whole time. Anyway, the things are more complicated, but this is the main idea, and so far it's working very good because the suspension comes with 2 different damping maps, A1 and A2. A1 is the sporty map. I used it mainly on A2 because of the poor quality of the roads, but I must say that it's a comfortable suspension, and this is very good. It's not wobbly, it's just fine if riding fast on the corners and everything. So yeah, it comes with these 2 components: sportiness because it's a sporty oriented suspension, and comfort, and this is the ideal balance. Now the dash. Of course you noticed the dash because it's quite cool. It's out of the box. It's the first time I'm seeing this kind of dash, and yeah, it's quite interesting. I don't have a problem with it, but I would like to have another info on the right side. if there is a right side. For example, right now on the left you're having the speed, the RPM, the traction control, everything, the info that you have to know. And on the right dash you have the trip, the air temperature and things like that. What if Yamaha comes with the Bluetooth connectivity, at least for the GT version, and on the right part of the screen over here you're getting a turn-by-turn navigation or connectivity, yeah, Bluetooth connectivity. You can answer to the phone, you can search through the music. What if? It would be nice and more useful than these few figures like the trip, air temperature and fuel consumption, which, come on, is not that important. This is one aspect. Another one is that if you're a tall guy, you don't have the dash in your sight. You have to look down in order to see the speed because it's positioned a bit low and it's oriented towards your chest. It's not oriented towards your eyes. And in bright sun, also the contrast is a bit not there for a TFT dash because we're discussing about 2021 TFT dash. And yeah, that's it. These are the things that I'd like to improve about the dash, or just put a tablet from this part to this side and it would be okay. You have everything at your left hand. This is the mode button and this button over here. So if pushing the mode button, you're gonna see the highlight, and you can change the suspension mode from here, A1, A2, push again and you can change the traction control. You have from 1 to a manual. Manual, you have to set it up in the menu, and push one more time and you have the drive mode. Now it's on 3, so you have from 1 to 4. Now the riding position, not such a big surprise from Yamaha. It's a Yamaha riding position, it's a tracer riding position. It's pretty much the same as the previous one as far as I remember, which means that you have a wide handlebar and you have this seat that is sending you to grab the fuel tank in order to get the control over the bike, and it feels great riding it because this riding position, it's engaging, it makes you want to ride it harder, ride it sportier. It's not a lazy riding position like, I don't know, like sitting on a GS or something like that. You're right there with your bike having fun. But the downside is that it's not that comfortable, and I'm talking about the seat. You have to sit on it on this side in order to have control over the bike, and it's not that comfy. It comes in 2 riding positions depending on your height. This is the low riding position, but I don't find it comfortable enough for touring. The good part is that Yamaha is offering a comfort seat which should be better than this one. On the other hand, the passenger seems to have a very relaxed position right here because the seat is wide, it's quite plush. There are these handles, and I think it's an improvement compared to the previous version. The screen is tall enough and it's adjustable, and you can do it on the go while riding the bike, and this is very cool. I used it on both riding positions, on the corners and in the city. I kept it on the low position. On the highway I put it on the high position, and it does a pretty good job for me at 174. It's quite good. I mean, you can feel some buffeting, but it's somehow normal because you don't have a full fairing over here in this part you don't have any wind deflectors, but yeah, you got some noise over there in the helmet, but it's not such a big issue, and you're well protected against the wind no matter the speed. This is a serious handguard. You can go off-road with this bike. No, I'm joking, with this handguard, not with the bike. Yeah, the handguards, you have heated grips, you also got the cruise control on the GT version, so you got everything to go on holiday. This is a sport touring bike, a true sport touring bike. That kind of bike that you want to ride it in a sporty manner on the twisties. So I had a lot of fun today on the twisties, but before that I had to get used to the bike, because first it was the throttle response, then it was the way it goes into the tight corners, because you have to give it some input to go from one side to another to put some pressure on the bike. Although it comes with the forged wheels, yeah, it comes with good handling, but it's not what I call a very nimble bike. So what I'm trying to say is that you can be fast on the twisties, but you have to work a bit more. And there is another thing that I noticed. If you're going faster on the highway at more than 150 kilometers per hour, it becomes a bit unstable, and it's not the cases. No, because I removed them just to make a test, it's pretty much the same thing. It's probably because of the front end or aerodynamics, or I don't know. It's not something to really worry about, but if riding fast, you're gonna feel it. Now I want to discuss about the braking system, because I should have more bite from the front calipers of this bike. It comes with these calipers with the Nissin brake pump. Probably it's because of the whole system. These hoses are made from rubber, yes, they're not metallic. So if buying this bike, you have two possibilities. One, you're gonna get used to it just like I did today, because it works, but you don't have enough bite and you have to squeeze it harder, or you're gonna upgrade the braking system. Now we're gonna discuss about the luggage space, because it's very important. These cases are brand new, are different compared to the previous ones, and you can easily fit a full face helmet in every case. I'm gonna show that to you. Okay, this should be the angle. So it's very, very good. Now, you can lock it up, or you can remove it, and it's very easy to do that, just like this. If riding in the city, if using the bike for commuting, you're not gonna take the boxes with you, you're gonna leave them at home. And what you can see over here is that there are 2 points in the upper part. There is a locking mechanism that goes over here. There's also this point for support, and they are moving. They are floating elements, and this is a new stuff. Yamaha says that this way you can carry more kilos in a safe manner than before, and there is no risk of breaking any element. Now that I removed the pannier, you can see the tail of the bike, which is wider than before, it's larger than before, it's made for passenger use, and it doesn't look as good as before. It reminds me of the Kawasaki Versys 1000. New fairing, completely redesigned front end. You got the low beam over here, the high beam over here. You also have cornering lights, which are connected to the IMU, so it's full of tech. Full LED, everything, the turning lights, everything is LED. And speaking about the amount of light, I don't think it's enough for serious night riding. Okay, it's good enough if you want to get home during the night, but that's it. If you want more, you should come with some pretty good auxiliary lights. And also, these cornering lights are not that good. I mean, you have to to pay attention, and you have to try to find them when cornering in order to see that they work. The price in our market, 11,200 euros for the standard version, and the GT is 13,500 euros. And this one comes with IMU, it comes with cruise control, it comes with heated grips, it comes with those side cases, quick shifter, it comes with semi-active suspension, a lot of stuff. So, what I said, good value for money. Among the rivals we have the Triumph Tiger 900 GT, the BMW F900 XR, the Ducati Multistrada 950, but I'm sure that the Yamaha Tracer 9 GT is a tough competitor in this segment. Now we have to wait a bit to see if the Tracer 9 GT will be as successful as the previous generation, but if asking me, I could bet that it will sell like hotcakes. And I'm sure that the Tracer 9, the standard version, will do even better.